your forecast first. Sponsored by Natax Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
All right, good evening to you. Weather starting to get active here for us. Starting out as rain out there, and there are some heavier pockets showing up here just in northern Macon County and into DeWitt County there, west of Clinton, and maybe over around the Forsyth area seeing this rain. But notice all the greens here, okay? These greens and yellows, that's rain. But soon we're going to see this switch over to snow as colder air moves in. We're still in the 40s, which is why it is rain, but colder air is on the move, and we will see those temperatures starting to fall. Look at the raindrops on our lens here on our Neal Street camera. As temperatures fall, we'll see the switch over. And tomorrow could be interesting. We'll explain what snow squalls are and how they could be out there and how it could really limit some visibility. We'll show you coming up. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
A fire at an apartment building left a woman dead. What we know about what happened tonight. Plus, we told you about a man wrongfully convicted of murder, how he is continuing to fight for justice decades later.
And a note about hot water shutoffs has people in one apartment complex concerned, while the property manager says it is all a misunderstanding.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
Our truck crew found the fire room rather quickly.
A woman is dead after a high-rise fire in Springfield. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Mary Garland was taken to the hospital in serious condition after crews responded to the fire early this morning. They found people in the building already evacuating when they got there. WCIA 3's Cole Henke live in our Springfield newsroom. So, Cole, we do have an update on that victim.
Yeah, that's right. The fire started in Garland's room on the second floor of Sangamon Towers here in Springfield. And when crews arrived on the scene, they were able to get into the room and get Garland out and keep that fire contained. And then she was taken to Memorial Hospital. But according to the coroner, she died shortly thereafter from smoke inhalation. Some residents saw the smoke from the fire and evacuated themselves. The fire department went through and cleared out the rest of the building. The crews were able to contain the fire to Garland's room after they got her out.
Our truck crew found the fire room rather quickly and was able to get into that room and find the person who the occupant was that was there that had to be taken into the hospital.
Now today we spoke with Garland's daughter, who arrived on the scene after crews already arrived. She heard from her mother's neighbor the fire had started, but did not know for sure whether it was her mother's room until after she called the hospital this morning and got updated that her mother had died. The cause of this fire is still under an investigation. Springfield Fire Department and the State Fire Marshal are working on this investigation together. Jennifer.
Cole, thank you so much. Crews put out a house fire early this morning. It happened at Garfield and 11th Street in Charleston. There was minor damage to the house that was under renovation, and there were signs of squatters. The cause is being investigated. A former Uni High school teacher and coach will serve 10 years in prison for child pornography. Douglas Minot was sentenced today. He used an online app to upload and share child pornography. Champaign County Sheriff's Office got a tip about the crime last March. Minot taught PE and coached the girls' cross-country program.
A man from Rockford was wrongfully convicted of killing an ISU student in 1993. Now, over 2 decades later, Alan Beeman is still trying to get justice. We're joined by WCIA 3's Jamie Mays. Jamie, what action is Beeman taking?
Paul, yesterday, the Illinois Supreme Court heard an appeal from him. Alan Beeman spent 13 years in prison for the death of his former girlfriend, Jennifer Lockmiller. Lockmiller was murdered in Normal. After the conviction, a team of attorneys gathered more evidence. They say they found issues with the case, including with suspects and the jury being misled on important facts. In 2008, the Illinois Supreme Court reversed the murder conviction, and a year later, charges were dropped. We spoke to an attorney representing Beeman.
Alan alleges that he was deprived of over 12 years of his life and wrongfully incarcerated as a result of malicious acts by the police officers responsible for investigating the case. And he requests compensation.
They are asking for a trial and for a jury to have the opportunity to decide what happens. They're still waiting on the court's decision. Back to you, Paul.
All right, Jamie, thanks for that update. Now, in 2015, the outgoing Illinois governor granted Beeman an innocence pardon. City leaders in Decatur decided not to allow a non-binding referendum for the sale of recreational marijuana. A petition was filed to put the referendum on the April 6th ballot. During the hearing, there were several arguments for and against it. In the end, the board ruled there weren't enough signatures, so it wouldn't be added.
If we take facially and assume that every signature on the petitions is valid, there are 928. So they are 1,000, a little over 1,000 signatures light to meet the strict standards of the election code.
It doesn't mean this can't be addressed in the future if the mayor, city manager, or 4 of the remaining 6 council members agree to put it on the agenda. A vote can be taken.
A committee is planning to recommend reopening bars and restaurants for indoor dining at tonight's Macon County Board meeting. The recommendation got support Tuesday. The goal is to temporarily open for indoor dining up to 25% capacity with masks and social distancing. There is concern over safety risks as well as potential consequences for defying the state's government's orders. We'll have more on what's required for the recommendation to take effect tonight at 10. Now here's a look at today's coronavirus numbers statewide. The positivity rate continues to go down. Edie's now at 8%. There are 6,600 new cases along with 88 more deaths. Vaccinations continue to roll out across the state. More than 9,600 have been issued in Champaign County so far. More than 900 people are fully vaccinated. In Macon County, more than 3,800 shots have been given, and more than 800 got both doses. Vermilion County has had more than 1,100 vaccines, with 59 people now fully vaccinated.
People in one apartment complex are worried about their hot water and heat being shut off for repairs, but employees with the complex say there is nothing to be worried about. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live in the newsroom tonight. Courtney, people living there are worried about the timing. What's going on?
That's right, Paul. It's specifically the amount of time that they believed from reading a note that they understood water and heat would be shut off. This is at Lake of the Woods Apartments in Mahomet. People living there got a note from the owners, and it said there was an issue with the boiler there. It needs to be replaced. For that replacement, the note said that water and heat would be shut off. The plans for that to happen on Monday. The note also said that once the work was done, it might take 24 to 48 hours to get back to normal. A lot of residents were concerned about waiting that long, but the property manager feels the note was misunderstood.
It should only take a few hours. I don't want to swear to anything, but everything should be up and running before close of business. It should be a quick, easy swap.
Now, once the water comes back on, a lot of people are going to start using it. The property manager who you just heard from says that may mean they run out of hot water very quickly, and it will take a bit for things to get back to normal, hence that 24 to 48 hour timeline they gave. I did talk to some people who live there. They told me hot water issues have been ongoing at the complex since November. They said they've had to boil water on their stove a few times just to take a shower or wash dishes. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Sounds like a new boiler is necessary.
Absolutely.
All right, Courtney, thanks. Well, right now the complex is running on a backup boiler. If people living there have concerns, the property manager says they should call the office.
If you want to know what the 3 candidates for Champaign Superintendent have planned for the district, tonight is your chance. All of them will give a 30-minute presentation at tonight's virtual school board meeting. They'll share their thoughts and ideas on how they would lead the district. It all starts at 6. We'll have more on this coming up tonight at 10.
Security for the inauguration is tightening around Washington after President Trump's second impeachment. The latest on the fallout after last week's deadly riot at the Capitol.
And also tonight, still haven't gotten your stimulus check? When the IRS has to have it in the mail.